opting for cheaper, I guess not cheaper, but more economical ways to fulfill their operations there. They are now looking to outsource more than ever. There are BPOs that we work with who we thought that was going to either close down or kind of shrink in terms of workforce. But at the end of the day, they actually almost doubled because of the demand surging in. So they've lost some clients, but they've also gained some more clients. So the gain outweighed the loss. And I'm assuming that that will be very similar for all the online work available out there. So if there's anything for me to say to freelancers, skill up, be prepared so that when the jobs come, you guys are ready to take it on.
Yes, I agree on that. Actually, I was saying earlier na sa online industry, iba't ibang industriya, iba't ibang niches talaga yung affected. So may mga industries na talagang nag-downsize sila ng mga teams. Meron naman iba na nagpi-pick up yung business for some reason, di ba? Like the ESL industry right now is really picking up. In fact, FOPSCo has this client, the Fitz Language, and we partnered with them. And right now, we're really looking for more ESL teachers. Yun nga lang, hindi ganun kadaling kumuha din ng mga ESL teachers kasi meron din silang sariling standard. But I guess, ang naging result ng COVID-19 to the online industry as a whole is that mixed siya. So, hindi siya nakakoncentrate siya sa parang, bumagsak yung economy, so talagang wala na yan. Hindi siya ganun. So, it depende talaga sa industriya.
I agree.
Yes. So so another question.
Yeah.
So can you share with us some of the NICP's initiatives to address the ICT industry's needs amidst the pandemic?
Okay. There's actually a lot. One of the clear projects that we have is called Clear. I don't know I saw you share that post. So that is an NICP-led project. The Clear COVID app, the one that you use in Zamboanga. I saw you share that post. So that was an NICP project in collaboration with Spring Valley, which is run by our last president, Jonathan Venezuela. It aims to help cities with tracing, checking for symptoms, and reporting, finding ways to report to doctors. So that's just one. But the other thing that we do post-COVID is similar to other cities. Zamboanga City experienced a downturn in its economy because all restaurants, all stores were forced to close down because no one was actually out in the streets. So how long can we keep that up? And we thought, okay, the reason why in Manila, actually, some restaurants are thriving because they do takeaways and they do delivery. And the reason why it's thriving in Manila is because we have Food Panda here, we have Grab Food here, we have Lalamove here, we have so many options here that enables all SMEs to open up shop because they're actually getting more orders from online than in store. And actually, some of the restaurants are now thinking of shrinking their store size and limiting it, and then maybe after COVID, continuing with the delivery service because it is doing tremendously well. Now, in areas like Zamboanga City, we don't have Grab Food yet, we don't have Lalamove. I think we have Food Panda, but I'm not sure. So what we were planning is we have an app there called El Pronto and another app called Street Buy, where this is a platform where SMEs can go to sign up, build their shops, and then offer their goods online. So it's easier said than done because that's only one portion of the ecosystem. The other part are the drivers. And we're also helping the drivers organize themselves so that these stores can connect with the drivers. Every time there's a delivery, there's a driver who will deliver it and they get paid, via delivery fee and all that. And all this so that we can jumpstart the economy of our city. I believe that if we're fairly successful here in Zamboanga, it's easily replicable in other cities if they don't have or if they're experiencing the same issues. So that's another thing that we do. Another thing that we also do is in certain areas, there's now BPOs are not required to work from home,
Mhm.
and that will be people like you. But unfortunately, not all work from home experiences are good, especially in places with the internet. So one of the projects we are also doing is we are able to provide internet services for certain places where we have councils that are active. For example, in Davao, there was this call center who opted to work from home, sending all their 50 employees to work from home, giving them dongles. But they found out after 2 to 3 days that the internet speed from where most of the employees live did not have enough coverage or bandwidth to support their needs because of poor globe or smart signal. And this is where we came in and offered, just like what we're doing now in Zamboanga, long range Wi-Fi services that provides better and more reliable services because we can go to places where globe and smart don't want to go. So there's a lot more other projects, but those are the three major ones that we are actually doing.
So these projects that you're talking about now, you're discussing now, it's already rolling na. You've already started it na.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually a very good initiative, especially sa Zamboanga. I'm happy na kami yung magiging parang test city.
Pilot city, yeah.
Pilot city, yeah, pilot city.
Charles, Jehan, sorry, banggitin ko lang kanina, may hindi ko kasi masyadong maintindihan kasi nagpuputol-putol siya. Pero parang may narinig ako, parang may nasagap ako na ang mga drivers nag-organize. So, ibig sabihin ba merong mga tumutulong sa kanila on how they're going to create like a certain app similar to Grab or similar to Uber para locally they can also pick up passengers that way? Tama ba yung pick up ko?
Yeah, that's right. But the organization of the driver is separate. We will create app for them. So we will create a platform. They just need. I mean, I'm not capable of creating an app. They're good at what they do, which is drive around. So we empower them to do what they do, and that's why we built a platform for them so that that platform will link drivers with SMEs. This platform, orders of the SMEs will get delivered by the drivers. Say the drivers now also have no work. There's nobody's around, nobody's going anywhere.
Yes.
So we're trying to help both sides by providing a livelihood stream for both.
So, but they're also gonna need equipment, right? Mobile phones. Paano yung drivers na walang mobile phones? How do we address that?
Now, the good thing about Grab Food and others, they're able to, I don't know if they shoulder the cost, but they're able to subsidize the cost of the phones. And the drivers, I guess, pay for them slowly. That's something that our counselor team is working on. Maybe they'll get funding from the LGU or some help, but definitely some help should be given to the drivers because they need these equipment so that they can participate in the platform.
Yeah. So parang hindi na ng NICP yun. Sa LGU na yun.
Wow, hindi na namin kaya yun. Well, we don't have enough funds to do that, and it has to be LGU led.
Okay, well that's actually a really nice initiative. May tanong ka pa, Rosh? Wala tayong live questions from comments kasi hindi tayo naka-live ngayon. Rosh? Rosh, naka-mute ka, girl.
Yeah,
May
eto
question ka ba?
Hindi ko kasi naiintindihan yung ibang sinasabi niya. Pinipick up ko lang based on keywords.
Yeah,
hindi ko ano yung follow-up question. Pero sige, ito na lang. Is there any tie-ups that you're doing with the DTI and then with the DICT to help you roll it out? Kasi mahihirapan kayo kung kayo-kayo lang. Pero if you are tied up with other government agencies that are also doing the same thing and working things out on their own. Kasi ang DICT, they're into education, infrastructure, and then ang DTI, they're also into empowering the MSMEs. So meron ba kayong partnership with them? And then kung meron man, what are those?
With DTI, we don't have an official partnership, but we do talk, not on a daily basis, but we share what we do. The Clear COVID project, that's actually with collaboration with the ICT. So we do have collaboration. The free Wi-Fi program that we were implementing before COVID hit, that's also the ICT. So we work with DTI and even DOST and the ICT. It's just that post-COVID, some of them have focused more on helping out with the COVID issues, and that left us to deal with and see how we can, help ourselves and help our cities kind of deal with COVID ourselves.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. At least it's good to hear that. How about yung mga telcos po, sir? Meron ba silang pangako? Kasi kami ramdam na namin yung binabayaran namin before na, let's say, 60 Mbps, kahit kalahati ngayon, wala na kaming nararamdaman. Tapos we're paying
Sample. Nasampulan tayo tonight.
Oo, di ba? Sayang naman yung binabayad natin. We're not getting the same service.
I want to say that they're trying their best. I'm sure they were inundated then with the sudden surge of home use. Kasi they're used to people not being home, so the bandwidth use wasn't that much. Now everybody's at home, everybody's Netflixing, everybody's Zooming.
Video streaming talaga.
I'm sure that they're trying their best to cope. But what we do with the telcos is we have an exchange with them. For example, in Iloilo and Davao, where I mentioned work from home was having an issue. We help identify which places ang may problems sa connectivity, and they say that within a day or within 2 to 3 days, they will get somebody to kind of fix the issue. If not, find a way to improve the service in those areas. I'm sure it's not a one-day fix. It will be a come as you go problem. So if you let me know where you guys live and mabagal internet, maybe we can let me.
Sa Kabatangan ako. Yeah, so
you have good signal so far.
yeah, pero nasampulan talaga tayo. But you mentioned kanina yung sa Davao for the BPO agents na nag-work from home kasi you're doing something for the internet connectivity. Is that going to be free for the agents or magbabayad sila ng additional sa internet nila?
The ones that I do, may bayad yun.
Yeah.
Kasi that's commercial. The ones that we're tapping PLDT to do, which is improve their lines, walang bayad yun. Kasi basically they're already paying for their PLDT lines in the first place. But the free Wi-Fi program naman ng DICT, that only covers kasi public areas like public markets, libraries. Definitely, it won't cover mga homes.
Yun lang talaga. Kasi hindi rin pwedeng ilagay somewhere. Hindi.
More reliable service than what you already have. Even though you can say that you have 60 Mbps, but yet still not even able to achieve 1 Mbps, what's the point?
Well, actually, okay naman siya sa akin now kasi naka-record tayo. Pero Rosh, ikaw, are you still there? Oh, see? Wait lang, I'll check the messages. Baka may questions si Charlene. Any follow-up questions, Rosh?
In terms of trainings, kasi ang alam ko, DICT medyo marami silang mga trainings right now. In fact, makikita natin na iba't ibang clusters, iba't ibang provinces, halos sabay-sabay and halos nag-overlap na nga yung courses. And kahit na gano'n na sabay-sabay, earlier today kasi we just launched a digital series program for digital marketing basic. Meron kaming 700 applicants coming from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. But unfortunately, this is a Luzon-based project kasi may bukod na project ang Mindanao. So, hindi sila pwedeng mag-hordan, di ba? And then, limited din yung kayang i-accommodate ng mga trainers sa meeting room. So, we only accommodated 90 students coming from different sectors in Luzon. So, meron din iba't ibang ganong project ang Mindanao. How about NICP? Do you have similar projects? Or do you plan on launching one as well? And do you have your own database of freelancers that you can also tap at any given moment?
Unfortunately, no. We don't really delve with training. We don't do trainings. We actually endorse trainings. For example, the ICT training. Kasi our target audience, we're freelancers. Although as a council, I engage with freelancers, but that's a Zamboanga count as the Zamboanga ICT Council. But as a national confederation, we we don't do training because we don't have the capabilities to do training. There's 81 councils under our wing, and right now it's not feasible for us to do 81 trainings as of yet. But we plan to do other kinds of training. For example, we do training for BPOs, English proficiency. Yung mga things that already have a job placement after, that kind of thing we do. Pero the ones that VIC is doing, digital marketing, we don't really do that. Kasi for many reasons. Lack of resource, one, but mostly we work with industry so that, let's say, they need 2,000 agents. Then we activate the 81 councils to say, okay, then we start training 30 each in each locality and say, okay, be able to provide them that 1,000 agents that they need, 2,000 agents that they need. So those are the kinds of training we do.
Yeah, but those trainings are mostly, in the past, I think talagang pumupunta sa location yung mga trainers nung, for example, here in Zamboanga, I know you did one with Sutherland, right? Yes. So how is it?
Their trainers go to Zamboanga, but that was a pilot. So after that, we've been working with each council to kind of capacitate them for having their own trainers. Because once we're able to do that, then 81 simultaneous training can happen. But it's a work in progress, and not all councils are built the same. Some are reliant on LGU, some have more funds than others, so it depends.
Yeah, but so how is that going to proceed now that hindi tayo pwede masyadong mag-congregate into large groups? How do you see that proceeding in the future, in the coming months?
Actually, that training right now with the current situation is protocol because we will no longer be able to offer that training because that requires everybody to be in the class.
Yeah.
If the people will need to be trained online, then actually we don't have to be the one to do it anymore. We can actually tap the BPO industry to do it and train them directly. The reason why we were helping them is because they did not have the resource to fly in and train them physically. But now everybody's forced to go online anyway. It may be easier now for them to be trained by the BPOs themselves directly.
So direct na, mawawala na yung middleman, kumbaga.
Even better. I mean, now we do it non-profit anyway, so we don't charge the students.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we don't.
I know it was free. Yeah, I know it was free for here in Zamboanga, and they were brought to Palawan, right?
And they were brought to Palawan, and some I think went to Davao. Yes.
And that's no longer possible na ngayon.
No, it's possible, but again, the training, like I said, may happen online. The BPO part with your partner with hasn't come back to us because they're dealing with other issues right now, more bigger issues than the training for them.
Yes, okay na, Rosh.
Balikan ko yung yung kaninang applications. Medyo interested ako doon. Kasi aside from the transportation sector, yung mga nasa medical industry natin, like the doctors, the midwives, the dentists, yung mga ganong klaseng doctors na nangangailangan before, di ba, na face-to-face talaga na consult.
Yes.
I've been hearing a lot of doctors right now that are giving free consultations over the phone or over the internet. Are there any laws that you're preparing or processes, standard operating procedures, or implementing rules and regulations that you're currently looking at right now to solve this problem? Kasi hindi naman pwedeng hindi ka na mag-hospital for the next, di ba, 1 or 2 years.
Kailangan ko ng dentist.
I think I will have to leave that to the Doctors Association to answer. But here's what I can say. We are also developing a telemedicine app. Right at the height of COVID, when we heard that so many of our frontliner doctors were dying because of exposure, we have developed an app. Actually, we just use an existing app for a different purpose. It's an online, it's a legal advice app wherein you pay and
Nice.
get time with a lawyer. So imagine tweaking that for use with doctors, because there's so many doctors who are probably at home, afraid to expose their family to COVID, so they don't go to the hospital. So why not empower them with this platform so that they can also help out with seeing patients online. It is a telemedicine project, and if there's actually a demand for it, we can easily launch it because, like I said, it's a repurposed app. It's already a working legal app, and it's just easily transferable and turning into a telemedicine app. But again, we will need the help of doctors or groups of doctors, because we need doctors to see the patients. And then once we have the app and running, maybe we can just channel the patients to them.
Yes. Yeah, because they know din naman kasi talaga kung ano yung mga kailangan nakalagay sa app, like mga modules and all that. May mga modules pa ito, sir, di ba?
Yeah, well, what we hope to do is to take the burden off the frontliners by preventing yung mga non-COVID to have to go to the hospital anymore. Kasi pag once they get seen by a doctor, hindi COVID yan, just stay home, don't go to the hospital. And if it's COVID, then please go to the hospital. Kasi sometimes the hospitals have to deal with false positives also, or parang people who are not COVID but think they have COVID. It takes time away from the actual one.
Yes. Okay, those are actually some really good initiatives. Nawala na naman si Rosh, but yeah, I think we've covered everything. Pero how soon can you say na maro-roll out yung mga projects na to? How soon can we expect them to see these projects live?
Clear COVID already out. The Street Buy or El Pronto app for Zamboanga, hopefully we just started the discussion last week, and our target is really to have it up in 2 weeks time. So that's happening now, even though we're under GCQ, because Sundays are still locked down.
Yeah, we can't go on
so there was still, and this is the new normal moving forward. So we want not only to give livelihood to drivers, if you think about it, and SMEs, we also want to protect Zamboanga City citizens, because now they don't have to go out. They can just hire somebody to go out and take the risk for them. So that hopefully will happen within the next 2 weeks. The telemedicine app, I'm just, I guess, trying to wait for the ICT to give us the go ahead. I already told them about it. I don't know if they're keen on doing it. Well, one thing that I need from them is their support, and some of the resources also we need, because it still needs to be tweaked a bit for telemedicine. It wasn't built for telemedicine, but it can be for telemedicine. What was the last one? The Wi-Fi, the internet service provider, that's already active. We can actually go to your city. There's an active ICT council. I suggest you connect with them, and they in turn will connect with us, just like what happened in Davao, and we will see how we can get better internet to your locations.
Okay, all right. So, Rosh, katatanong ko lang kay Sir Mike, how soon can we see these projects rolling out? So, na-enumerate naman niya lahat. Do you have any follow-up questions, Rosh?
Sa ngayon wala na. Inaalala ko na yung mga baka mamaya maputol na naman ako, kakabalik ko lang. Nawala ako for a moment kaya hindi ko kayo narinig na naman eh. Anyway, we really thank you so much, sir, for trying to put up with the internet with the internet problem and everything. But we will we will edit this video and then post it online. Hopefully, matuwa naman yung mga viewers natin sa mga maririnig nilang balita. Magandang balita, especially yung public sector, yung public transport sector. Medyo masyado akong natuwa doon, di ba?
Yeah.
Ikaw, Jehan, do we still have to proceed with the FOPSTalk?
Oh, yes. So, Sir Mike, this is what we call FOPSTalk. It's like if you're familiar with Boy Abunda's late night show, where he asks his guests questions and you can only answer directly, walang explanations, just give the answer. We call it FOPSTalk. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. Madali lang naman yung mga tanong. Okay, so question 1, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Morning or night person? Okay, 3 favorite online tools.
Online tool.
Yes.
Viber, Telegram, and then WhatsApp.
Yeah, I've already used it a lot. Yeah, regular home office attire.
Shorts.
Shorts lang?
Person.
Okay, ikaw naman, Rosh.
Okay. So, where do you go when you get bored?
Go to the mall, I guess.
Okay. And then, what do you do when you're tired?
I rest. I watch TV when I'm tired.
Okay, next question. When the house is in chaos, how do you keep your sanity?
I actually like it in chaos. My wife is the one who cannot handle chaos. I can show you my table. You might be surprised. Organized chaos is what I.
Organized chaos. Ang galing. Okay, so how do you separate work, pleasure, and family responsibilities at home?
I practice family time, making sure that like Sundays there are no meetings on Sundays. I avoid it Saturdays so that I set that time solely for my family.
Okay. All right. So normal sleeping hour.
Right now, 2 a.m. Then I wake up 10 a.m.
Parang yun na yung new normal ngayon for sleeping hours, no?
Like I said, I'm a night person.
Ah, yeah. Yes. Okay, so who or what keeps you motivated?
Steve Jobs. I like what he's done. And Elon Musk. Those two are people I.
Yes, Elon Musk. Okay, so if home-based job or home-based business is a cake, what flavor is it?
Chocolate.
Best gift you want to receive from a client?
Amen.
Yes. And best gift you want to give to your clients?
Good work, of course.
Okay, and that's the last question. Thank you so much for your time and sorry sa mga technical glitches kanina.
Okay, have a good night and stay safe to everyone.
You too, stay safe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night.